Here's my 1 point coffee. Half the Premier Protein shake is 1 point. Lilo, what are you doing? What are you doing? Little doodles. What you doing? Come on. Come over here. Come on. You say hi? Silly, do you want to say hi? What are you doing? Hers was cold. Hers was cold going outside this morning. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. It is another What I Eat in a Day. I have fantastic news to share. If you watched my last video, you already know. I have lost 80 pounds. I got on the scale Saturday. Saturdays are my weigh-in days. I lost 2 pounds last week, which is pretty good because consistently I've been about a pound a week. But I did do a lot more weightlifting last week than I've done other weeks. So I think that might have been contributing to it. So I'm very, very excited about that. It just kind of like keeps me on track and keeps me motivated, and it was like a really big milestone for me. With Thanksgiving coming up on Thursday, that will also help like keep my head where it should be. I plan on participating in Thanksgiving. I'm going to eat all of the things, but I'm going to practice portion control, and I'm not going to let one meal ruin my whole day or ruin my whole week or ruin my whole month. So I plan on eating Thursday morning like I normally would. I'll have my protein coffee in the morning. I'll have a very low point lunch. It's important for me to eat before Thanksgiving dinner. My husband likes to like starve himself all day. So he has like more room for more food. For me, it's important for me to eat. I used to be that way too, but for now it's important for me to eat before Thanksgiving dinner, particularly high protein, because that will help me not overeat the foods Thanksgiving dinner, which for the most part is not terrible foods. I mean, I'm going to have broccoli, I'm going to have corn, we're going to have turkey, which is great. The things that will kind of like throw me off, because even my mashed potatoes are pretty good, as long as I have like a regular portion, are the sweet potatoes, because the sweet potatoes are full of butter, full of syrup, full of marshmallows. It's definitely a treat and not something I would normally have. And like the stuffing, that's just more of everything than I would normally have. And the rolls that we eat. So like there's some things that are just not normally in my diet, and there are some things like the sweet potatoes that are going to be very, very high in sugar and fat that's not normally in my diet. So that, of course, this is not a normal meal for me. This is going to be, if I were to track it, which I'm not going to, would be very, very high in points. Now, I'm not tracking the meal. However, this is my meal for the week that I'm using my weekly points for. I'm not going to fret about whether that's going to be all of the weekly points or not. I'm just going to enjoy myself and use my weekly points. I will have no weekly points at the end of that, which is good because I've eaten really, really well this week leading up to this. And it wasn't a chore to do that. I've eaten all the same foods that I like to eat every day that I enjoy. And then my plan is to Friday go back to normal. Like just head straight into the next day, like any other day. Old Erin would eat lots and lots leftovers. I don't plan on doing that. In fact, I plan on getting rid of as much leftovers as possible. Carl will only eat so many things left over. Tucker won't eat any leftovers. My mother is coming to stay with us, so I will make sure that she has like a plate or two left over. But other than that, I'm going to try to send the leftovers out of here with some of the single sailors that are going to be over here, because we just don't need it. And plus I'm going to try not to cook with the thought in mind of having a ton of leftovers. I will cook a lot of mashed potatoes because my husband, that is the one thing he will eat leftover, and he loves homemade mashed potatoes. And we'll eat the turkey. I'll eat the turkey the next day. You can have turkey breasts, of course, on Weight Watchers. So like the turkey's fine. It's just kind of everything else I'm going to make sure we don't have a lot of leftovers of, unless people want them. And deviled eggs. I got to make some extra deviled eggs for my husband. So yeah, that's my Thanksgiving plans. I'm going to have pumpkin pie. I'm not going to have too much pumpkin pie, but I'm going to have some pumpkin pie. I'm not like a big drinker, alcohol-wise. I just never have been. I will drink socially, like when we have people over, so that I might have a drink, but honestly, I'm not planning on it. But if I do, it'll probably be mixed with a seltzer water. But yeah, like I'm not planning on it. And my mother's not really a big drinker. If my best friend was here, we would probably have game night and we would probably be having a drink or two. But they won't be here, so I probably won't be drinking. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to eat today. I have no big plans, no big recipe changes. So we'll see. I've got lots of cleaning in this house to do today because, like I said, my mother's coming. I pick her up from the airport tomorrow. So I've got to get this whole house straight. And I really, really want to try to get the Christmas decorations out from that big closet upstairs to decorate outside. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and I really, really want to do it because I would love to have the outside decorated before she comes. And my husband was going to help me get to the closet. We just didn't have time. So I might try to do it myself today if I have time because he has duty. Otherwise, I just got to get the house clean for my mother to come. So yeah, so I will check back in with you guys when I eat something. Lulu has taken over my foot. What you doing? And I have nowhere to put this one except for right here. So I've been cleaning for quite a few hours now. It's actually 10 and I'm getting hungry, which is not normal for me. Normally I don't really, like a lot of you guys know, I don't eat breakfast. And so I don't normally eat until lunchtime. But I think just because I've been really active since I woke up, cleaning a lot of stuff, I've been taking a break, filled my water bottle up, and I'm going to go ahead and have this is like in every single video. This one is my favorite flavor right now. And chocolate's the only one bar I have left. All my other ones are gone. So that's 4 points, 2 for the yogurt, 2 for the fiber one bar. And I've just had my 1 point coffee. So that will bring me to 5 points total so far today. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break and eat this. And then I think I'm going to go tackle the closet upstairs because I'd really like to get that done before I get Tucker. Because everything else I can just kind of like do throughout the night and stuff. But like that closet's going to take like so much of my attention. So I'm definitely want to get to that before I pick him up from school. So I'm going to do that and I'll take a break for lunch sometime in between there. Honestly, if I eat this though, I'll probably have later lunch than usual. So there's a good chance I might even put it off until after I get Tucker. I have to wait and see how I feel. But I don't know if I mentioned this, but I dyed my hair last night. Finally. So it's all one color instead of like those 2 different colors. It was like a really dark brown and like a reddish brown. And I don't know how I did that. I got like the boxes mixed up or something. So I dyed it last night. So it's all one color. I really like dark hair. I was worried this was going to be too dark, but I think I like it. I want to cut my hair, but I'm scared because it's taken me so long to grow this out. I always had like, I have very thin hair. Like when it's pressed down to my head, you can kind of see like all of it fits in just one handful like this. Like it's very, very thin. I am grateful for what I do have though, because it's been really, really difficult to grow it out. But at the same time, I feel like it's weighing it down. And so like my hair looks greasier all the time. I'm one of those people who has to wash their hair every day, or like I have a huge oil problem. So like I've been flirting with the idea of like cutting it to like shoulder length, like probably about like right here. But I'm not ready yet. It's just something I'm not going to jump into any decisions. It's just something I'm thinking about. Because I feel like as my face thins out, I want to explore other hairstyles. Because like I always had my hair short before because a lot of that had to do with depression and not wanting to like deal with it. But I always hated how it looked because my face was a lot rounder. But I feel like it's getting like, it's elongating a little bit because my cheeks are really thinning out. So like part of me wants to try short hair again, but I'm very, very scared. I need your guys' opinions on whether I should give that a try or not. My husband does not want me to cut it because he really likes it long, but he's also very supportive of anything I want to do. And he thinks I'm beautiful no matter what because he's awesome. But if he had to choose, he would tell me to not cut it. But I don't always do what he wants. So let me guys know what you think if I should give it a shot. I can grow it out again. If I don't like it, it's going to take me a long time like this did. So I'm going to have my yogurt and then I'm going to get to work on that closet. So I want to show you guys a before and after because why not? I did pull this bin out right here. so I could get in the closet, but this is what it looks like. It is so bad. I have organized this closet like at least 2 times since moving in here, and we just are always throwing stuff in here that we're like, oh, we'll deal with it later, or we're gonna donate it, or whatever the case may be. This is our only storage in the whole entire house. That's not like a towel closet or like a clothes closet. So like everything that would be in a garage is also in here. We've downsized so much since moving in this house. We still just have so much crap. I have all my extra shoes in here. I have all my extra purses in here. Like all the Christmas decorations. Like it's just so, and it's not organized enough because we just have gone through it so much. So I'm going to do it again. One last time with keeping the stuff that we're donating up front. So me and my husband can take that this weekend. I'm actually going to take the holiday decorations downstairs and put them in the carport because I'm going to use them. And so I don't want to keep them in here. And honestly, I want to find something, some other place for them. We do have like this very itty bitty shed. My husband has all his tools and stuff in there because he used to work on cars, and like, there's just a lot of stuff like that out there. But he says that he can organize it to fit my holiday bins in there. So I'm going to try to do that. Also, he might be taking some stuff out of here and putting it in his, that room right there is his game room, and he has a closet in there. So he might be able to store some stuff in there too. But I'm not going to be concerned about that. I just want to get it so we can move in here and we can find things that he could take out when he wants to take out. But I'm going to try to get this done. I've got 2 hours and 15 minutes before I have to leave. If I can't get this done in 2 hours, I'm going to be upset. But like, I'm going into it prepared to do the work. So here's to me getting it done. Whew. I am sweaty. And it's not even that warm up here. I think I bit off more than I could chew. Just a little bit. This is bad lighting. Let me show you guys. Let me show you what I got done. It looks like a mess, but I can walk all the way inside and kind of access everything. The shelving has no organization whatsoever. Those are my extra shoes, more extra shoes, more extra shoes. That whole bin is like flip-flops and like summer shoes. This is purses, this is purses, this is purses, that's purses. That's like pouches and makeup bags. And like, this is going away bags, that's going away bags. This isn't even all my purses. Look, I have these on the back of the door. And then I have more in like my bedroom and stuff. We had a master closet, which is where all that stuff went in our last house. But as with the military, you never know where you're going next. But I do have everything in here, and I can access everything. I can walk all the way in. That's like all extra decor and like thrifted stuff. This is thrifted stuff. Like a lot of it I haven't even used yet. I just found this. Isn't that cute? I thrifted that a little while ago. But I can get everything that I need to get to. The only thing I need back here is the Christmas tree. But we don't need that till after Christmas. And I can just slide these out and get the Christmas tree with the help of my husband. These bins are so heavy. I like totally was not expecting everything to be as heavy as it was. We had 3 bins of Christmas stuff. I can't believe we have that much Christmas stuff. I'm in shock. But I did get all that out, and that's going to be stored away in the carport until Carl can make room for it in the shed. So that stuff will not be going back in that closet. The only thing that probably will eventually go back in that closet is the Christmas tree itself. That took me about an hour, and I'm just pooped. I can't. Some of the stuff was so heavy, I could only just shift it around. And then it got to the point where I was organizing the shelves, and I was just so overwhelmed by it all because I don't know what to do with a lot of it. And a lot of it is like my purses and things, and I need to come up with some kind of better system for them. I don't want them all to just be thrown in a bin because that's how they get like mushed and like they lose their shape. So like I don't want to just throw all my purses in a bin. I have all my really, really nice ones in the closet in my office over here. And they're like up on the top shelf set up nicely so they don't get bent out of shape. I really need to go through things. Like I have too much, but I have a hard time letting go. And then what you didn't see is like underneath those big shelves are bags, giant trash bags full of all of my clothes that don't fit me anymore. And I was talking to my sister about this last night. My glasses are so dirty. I was talking to her last night about like all my old clothes. I have this issue where like I'm not ready to give them away because I have this irrational fear that I'm going to need them again. Like I'm going to gain all of the weight back. It's normal to gain some weight. Women's bodies fluctuate, and I fully accept that. So I'm never going to just always lose weight. Eventually I'll gain, and hopefully I'll lose it again. I bloat, like women, their bodies just fluctuate a lot. So like I'm expecting that, but I mean the clothes from when I was 319 pounds. I'm having a hard time letting those go. Like I'm hanging on to them out of fear that I'm going to need them again one day. And I hate that. I hate it. I don't want to keep them anymore. I want to move on. I want to say, Erin, you're not going back there. But clothes cost money. Like, and some things have sentimental value, but in general, like those clothes, they cost money. It took me a while to accumulate them, and they're things that I really, really enjoyed wearing. And so like, how do you let that stuff go? I'll never wear them again, fingers crossed, but I do. What if one day I do need to wear them? What if I do gain 80 pounds and have to wear them again? I don't like that mindset. I don't want to think that I will need them one day. So I want to get rid of them, but I have this mental block. So like they're just taking up space in that room when that's room we could be using for all my millions of purses or all my shoes. All things that I enjoy much more now that I like, my confidence has boosted a little bit than I did when I was 319 pounds. When I was 319 pounds, I had the same purse for, like, I wore that purse until it fell apart. Now I have so many different accessories, and like I enjoy things so much more than I did when I was just feeling at my worst and like looking at myself at my worst. That's not to say you can't feel confident at 319 pounds and wear all those things. It's just I couldn't because I wasn't feeling good and I didn't feel good about myself. But I do now. I have so much more confidence now, and I really enjoy accessorizing and different purses, and as you guys have seen, and different jewelry, and like I treat myself differently, and getting dressed is so much more joyful than it was 80 pounds ago. So I do need to figure out what I'm going to do, and I need to just do it. I'm just not there yet, and I don't know how to get there. Especially because like I suffer from body dysmorphia a lot of the time, where I'm looking in the mirror and I still see that 319 pound girl, and it's very difficult for me to see anyone else. And so why would I get rid of my clothes? I probably need some therapy at some point. I want to see the progress that I've made and feel good about it, and not see that unhealthy, unhappy person every time I look in the mirror. I don't every time, but I do some of the time, and it sucks. Well, that was totally random. So I did the closet, and now I'm going to, I think, I got about an hour until I got to get Tucker. So a little under an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and start the outside decorations because he'll really enjoy seeing that. And then when I bring him back home, I'm going to make myself a copycat Chick-fil-A bowl, but I like mine with sweet potato instead of hash browns. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll see you guys then. Okay, lunchtime. This is my copycat Chick-fil-A bowl. It's got a sweet potato, a slice of Velveeta cheese. The sweet potato is 2 points, the cheese is 1 point. And then I've got 2 eggs with a little bit of cottage cheese scrambled, and this real good chicken right on top. And that's my lunch, and I'm starving. And it's really good if you have like light honey mustard or like some kind of sauce to put on top. I don't, and honestly I like it just as it is anyway. So one of my favorite things. I think I've made it on the channel before. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I'm so hungry, and it's 2 o'clock. I gotta go eat. Oh my goodness. So I'm laying here because I'm stuffed, and I'm on the YouTube Studio app answering some responses from the video the other day, and I just realized that I have to click something to see replies to my replies. So when I like reply to someone, if you guys reply back to my reply, I don't see it because I didn't know I had to do something else to see them. So there's some like replies to my replies from like weeks ago. So I'm going to have to like make an actual effort to check that stuff. Hey guys, it is late. It's 8 o'clock. I haven't eaten dinner yet. I got very, very distracted doing stuff around the house. This is my mom coming, but I'm just one of those people that like everything's got to look great when we have guests. I made Tucker dinner on the fly while I was doing stuff, so I just have to eat now. And I'm being very, very lazy today. It's honestly not what I planned, but sometimes you just have to run with it. And I was just looking in the freezer and pulled out what I could find. Found the reduced guilt Trader Joe's. The sucker is 10 points for the box. It is high, okay? I had it more when I was eating in a calorie deficit, so it's been in the freezer for a hot minute. But I'm gonna eat it and I'm just gonna bulk it up with 0 point stuff. So I cut a bunch of cherry tomatoes. I have leftover ground turkey breast that I just warmed up in the microwave. So what I'm gonna do is actually put a little cottage cheese in here to just get it extra creamy because I'm gonna be adding a lot of things to it. So like I kind of need more sauce. So the best way to do that is always cottage cheese. If you don't like the texture and you don't, because this will be a little bit clumpy. That sounds gross, but it's not. It'll be a little cottage cheesy because I'm not going to be microwaving it for too long. But you can blend it, like blend this so it's not like that. And that will help a lot with the texture. So I just put like a layer on top and then pop it back in the microwave to get it melty. And then when it's done, I'm gonna mix in this little bit of ground turkey breast for 0 points. And then a lot of like cherry tomatoes. I can tell if you can see all this. All of these. I got water. And that's gonna be dinner for 10 points. I mean, not terrible, considering that's all I had. Considering it's like a TV dinner. I've definitely had worse than that. And it's a lot of food. It'll definitely fill me up. So it's a little bit of a comfort meal, to be honest. If Carl were home, I would have done the whole shebang with dinner and I wouldn't be in this predicament. But he had duty, and so I just got distracted doing everything else instead of feeding myself. That'll be dinner. I definitely have the points for a 10-point dinner. I think I had like 11 points. I could be wrong. I have to put it on the screen. So I definitely have the points for this. I think I still even have points for ice cream, but I'm honestly kind of tired, so I might be skipping ice cream tonight. I know, I can't even believe I said that out loud, but there's a good chance I'll get my second wind after I have dinner, but it's already pretty late, so I also don't like eating too late. By the time this settles, yeah, I'm probably not gonna have ice cream tonight. So, I'll show you guys when it's done. So, dinner, this is a huge bowl of pasta, but got my tomatoes, got my ground turkey, cottage cheese, and the reduced guilt mac and cheese by Trader Joe's. I think there's a lean cuisine one that's lower in points. Don't quote me on that though. I think it's like 7 or 8 points. So check that out. But if I were to make this like lower in points, I would use like skinny pasta. I would make my own cheese sauce with cottage cheese and fat-free Kraft cheddar cheese. And then I would add the same thing, either chicken or ground turkey breast and tomatoes. It's like a great pasta. You could use chickpea pasta too, but that's almost the same thing as this. Just higher in protein. But I am just a hot mess right now and sweaty. And I need to shower and I need to go to bed and to get to the airport tomorrow. So that's going to be it tonight, guys. Definitely a quick one. Definitely not an ideal dinner. Honestly, ideal at all. I didn't eat on time. My routine was completely thrown off all day. But I made it work, and I stayed within my points, and fueled my body, and yeah. So I feel good anyway. So I hope you guys have an amazing holiday. I am fully going to enjoy myself a full Thanksgiving dinner. So I hope you guys get to too. And yeah, I hope you are surrounded by family. And if you're not, know that I'm thinking about you. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.